Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. For the third year in a row, we're taking a look at Monations 2025, Monat's annual conference that happened from August 21st until the 24th. Monat held its annual conference in Las Vegas for up to $289. The Monat market partners and non-market partners were able to purchase pricey tickets to the event. It's the first time, I think, that non-market partners were actually able to attend if they wanted to pay the ticket prices. I will, as opposed to the other years, not go through each and every day with you. I will go through the most important topics. I will speak about the preparation, the pressure put on the market partners to join Monations, and why the pressure exists. And then we will talk at the highlights, you could also call them lowlights, what happened at Monations, because they're really trying it. Monat is now an 11-year-old network marketing company with over 94% of the people of the market partners at the lowest rank, and those people make $19 median annual gross earnings, and the market partners have to pay for that event. So it has to be worth it. It has to be lavish, and Monat is, I think, trying to save the company, and that's why we had a lot of announcements. So let's get into this. Not a long intro. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started with Monations 2025 and with the preparations. As in every year, the market partners are the ones who have to pay for this event. Monat will very likely also make a pretty penny because of the market partners, because it's not a free event, it's not an incentive trip. The market partners can earn, they have to pay for it. The market partners have to pay for the tickets. Those are pricey if you have to get them now or if you had to get them now for $289. They were less pricey. You could purchase them for a little bit less than $200. I believe that was the lowest price. They have to pay for the transportation to the event. So that might be flights or buses or train tickets, hotel accommodation, and all expenses at Monations, all expenses connected to the connections and to the preparation, like hairdresser appointments, which makes sense. I mean, at least put in an effort if you have to sell shampoo, makeup, tanning, outfits. And yes, the market partners, they really do stress out about this event and about the preparations for that event. After all, they call it the shampoo Super Bowl. I call it an overhyped and overpriced event for a commercial cult where the products are not the essential part, as we will see, but the Monat market partners refer to this as the shampoo Super Bowl. Market partners from all countries where Monat operates were able to attend the event, and some were flying in from Europe. There were some German market partners I saw that were really excited. They were already a part of this cult. They were already a part of this cult and idolized Monat, in my opinion, before it even launched. Years before it launched in Germany. They were flying in from Europe, from within North America, and also from Australia, which is probably the longest and the priciest trip.
I have just been giving my scalp a little massage because I'm about to do my oil treatment and marinate in it for the night. And I thought, why aren't I filming? Why aren't I catching up with you guys? Because my flight tomorrow night is going ahead. I didn't change it. It's at 8 p.m. I have been very productive today. I'm nearly done with my packing. I just need to do like my toiletries, shampoo and conditioner, but we'll wait and do that tomorrow after I wash my hair. And then my skincare, I need to still run to the chemist in the morning, just do a few, now she's playing with his toy, if you can hear that, a few other little bits and pieces. But I'm starting to get excited again because Nash's situation was just having me not looking forward to leaving and worried, but I'm getting excited, guys. It's happening. Like, I'm flying to Vegas tomorrow night. I have never ever been before. It's all because I partnered with this brand. It is our biggest event of the year. All market partners within Monat can attend. We pay for it ourselves, but it's the best, and I can't believe it's come around again, because just in September last year I was at the 2024 Monations, and it was my first time ever going. Obviously I was, sort of new to the business. I was coming on 1 year, but I joined in 2023 after Monations. So I didn't go obviously in 2023. There's so much that is going to be announced. So hold your horses. I'm going to give you guys like a room tour. I've got like a king suite. and Eliza's staying with me, but she's my mentor, but she's not going to get there till Wednesday, so I'll have a couple days by myself. So I'll give you guys like a room tour and show you around and just share so much. I like to think that I've gotten good with packing after like traveling so much. Nash! And that I don't overpack, but I'm coming to realize the part that overwhelms me is always the end of it, when you're like doing all the little fiddly bits and pieces, like your chargers, like my camera charger, my light, when you're traveling for a, you know, conference event thing like this, and content, like if your job's online, you need your tripod, you know, handbags, do I have enough shoes, do I have all my hair stuff? Like, it's all the little fiddly things that overwhelm me. The clothes part, I actually feel like I'm fine with, but it's all the little fiddly bits and bobs, and when I think I'm nearly done, then I'm throwing in more things, and it's just the difficult part for me. Anyway, I'm going to order some Thai and give my bathroom a spray down, but I am going to keep banging on about the product offer at the moment, because you're silly to sit on it, because you're saving a lot on these products that are going for $15, and spending $99 to unlock this is simply just getting shampoo and conditioner that's going to last you 4 to 6 months, and then you can add one of these 4 options on top. It is going to end at it'll end tomorrow morning, because it's going over for like 24 hours, I believe. But you can grab the scalp scrub, you can grab the lash and brow serum with the mascara, or you can grab the heat protectant spray and dry shampoo, or you can grab the Rejuva Beads split end serum, and I'll show you guys again, which I show all the time, but how you use that tomorrow post shower. I'll apply it. So if you're a customer of mine and you already do have it, I know I talk you through these things, but it's good to have a bit of a visual, so stay tuned for that. The split end serum is the thing that has allowed me to go 12 months with simply one haircut, because my ends aren't split, dying, ratty, or gross. I'm going to post some amazing before and afters in the next slides. You know, you can't deny the results. Like, so many people have such incredible results with these products, and I can't believe October will mark 2 years since I made the switch, and it was the best thing that I ever did, not just because of the business side, but it was the one thing that resolved my scalp situation, and very grateful for that, because I was sick and tired of being embarrassed about it. So that's that. A lot happening. I'm going to share a lot from the moment I get on that plane tomorrow and I arrive. I actually have a 6-hour layover in LA, which sucks a little bit, but there's some things I want to do work-wise. So I'm not going to leave the airport. I just don't feel like 6 hours is enough. Last time we were in America, we had a 12-hour layover in LA after Orlando on the way home, and we left and, you know, went and explored and stuff. But I'm just going to stay put and do some work, and hopefully time flies by, and then I'll be arriving in Vegas at 11:59 p.m.
Monations is also a way for the market partners to generate hype and sell more products, as we can also see here, by showing how they get ready with Monat products for the event, with extra hair care or skincare treatments, the makeup products they bring, and all of that. And it's also a way to hype up their own teams and to create content for social media. After all, the market partners post regularly, daily, and with Monations coming up, they have more content to post, even on their way to the airport or on the plane. And of course, the event is also a great way for the market partners themselves to spend a pretty penny on the company's products themselves and stock up. I've sped up the following unboxing a little bit, so if the voice sounds a little bit mousy, that is due to the speeding up of the video. Otherwise, the pricey unboxing would never end. So let's take a look how some market partners prepped for Monations and what kind of products they bought.
Do a little unboxing. So I stocked up on some products the minute we had the sunscreen sale. So I tried the sunscreen. I was obsessed. So I actually took advantage of the sale myself so that I can get another sunscreen, because they sent me one for free, but I need backup, and Alex was already telling me he needs it. So I needed to have two just in case. And so while I was at it, I stocked up on some of the things that I need. So I'm gonna show you guys, yes, I buy these products, and I've been buying them for almost 7 years because I love them, because I use them, and because they work. So first up, I've been dying for these, and I haven't gotten them because I'm like, let me wait till I place an order, and then, you know, time just passes. So I actually got 2 of them. It's the exfoliating peel pads. What I love about this is that it's usually, if you go to a facial and you do a peel, it's like a heavy peel. You get dry, you peel. This is not, right? And it's so easy to apply, and it just brightens your face. I like to do it after a day if I wear like heavy makeup, or I go out, or I just need to like exfoliate that. Even like if I'm starting to break out, I'll grab one of these, You just peel it, and it's like a little wipey, but it's a peel at the same time, like a very light peel, just so many benefits, and it brightens. See, daily brightening peel treatment, and it's not like drying on your face at all. I love the results that this gives my skin. It's just like even skin tone, that glowing. I need it. So I got 2 packs of those. I got a makeup vanishing balm. I go through these like nothing, so I got 2, especially since I'm gonna be at Monations next week. I know I'm gonna be wearing makeup day and night every single day that I'm there for like a week straight. So definitely need my makeup remover. Nothing takes off makeup like this makeup remover. I used to use the LMS, I think it's called, and it's similar, except this one actually hydrates your face. I don't even know how to explain it. So it feels like butter, where you're taking off, it just melts right off. But even when you wipe it, your face feels hydrated. It doesn't feel like you just deep cleaned your face. But yeah, it takes all makeup off. Markers, Sharpies, like you can use this on anything. It takes everything off, and it's clean and non-toxic. I got night cream. I actually ran out of my night cream. I'm using like a little travel size one. I got 2 face washes for Alex. Yes, we have men products, face wash, men products, face wash, shaving cream. Do we still have shaving cream? I don't know if it's sold out. Shaving cream. We have shampoo. We have an exfoliator, which I actually personally use. We have a lot of men's products. And then we have a promo going on where you get the CBD scalp and hair serum free with your order. So got that. And then my sunscreen, of course. So, which I'm waiting for that. They're shipping that out separate because you guys flooded the site and now they're like backed up, which is a good thing, good problem. And yeah, that's what I got.
That was a lot of product, and that was a market partner in Monat. They're the best customers. Is it a surprise? Not to me, but I do believe that that is the case. The market partners in Monat are the ones who are mostly excited about the products. The market partners also use this upcoming event to regularly share their subjective views. What an amazing business opportunity it is to join as a market partner. I say subjective view because objectively speaking, most market partners in Monat don't make a lot of money. They don't even make a profit, barely a profit. And if they're able to make a profit, for most, it's very likely not worth the effort and the time they have to put into this business. As we can see with Monat's income disclosure statement, I would argue that at this point, 11 years into Monat's existence, only the top 4 ranks make a full-time livable annual income, and that is 0.1% of market partners who are at the top 4 ranks.
For all my girls who are heading to Monations in the next couple days, I just wanted to give you guys like a little bit of tips, but also just some reassurance, because this is my 11th convention in total with like network marketing. Like I'm a veteran in doing all of this. One, I know how stressful it is to like leave your family. Obviously, I get stressed too. I have 4 kids. They're starting school this week. Like, it's crazy. It's hard to leave. I get it. Number 2, I know that a lot of thoughts come into your mind, like before you're gonna leave, whether it's like comparison to what other women are wearing, or you don't feel like your outfits are cute enough, or you don't know if you're gonna be alone in certain situations, or you're nervous to like talk to people or have friends. Like, I get it, and I've been there, and it's not like I'm still not there in certain situations. I think I've just matured in so many of them, but I just wanted to, okay, now obviously,
before she gets into the outfit talk, I think it is so important to mention that at that time, I don't know if that is true for all of the US. In Germany, it depends on the federal states you live in. But if school starts again, it's back to school, then that is really a great move from Monat to hold Monations now at the end of August. Typically, they do that in September, but I guess probably because where they did that in Las Vegas, the location and everything, they probably didn't get the spots. Maybe it was too pricey. I don't think that Monat is thriving, and they have to be really careful and mindful about their expenses as well if they want to even make a profit in this day and age with their conferences. Then they push this at a time when their sales force, predominantly female sales force, pitching this to women with children, when those kids have to go back to school, that is really nasty. That's a nasty move. I don't quite get it. why not push it to another week? But they regularly do that. The Las Vegas convention at some point was also around Easter, which is also not ideal if you consider that a lot of people in Monat are very much faith-based. So it looks like they don't really pay a lot of attention to that, and it must suck. If you have a family at home, if your kids get back to school, you cannot be there. Maybe some of your children go to school for the very first time and you want to be there for their first class experience, but you got to maneuver around that. That is extra stress. And lots of people in Monat are women who have children. That is kind of their target audience. So the timing is already not great, but let's get into the outfit talk.
I'm not telling you to look like a total bum at like a convention where this is representing your business. It's for good content. Like, you could get amazing pictures there, but I'm also not telling you, or also telling you not to stress. Like, don't worry so much about what you're going to wear. Okay. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there putting out like amazing content about what they're going to wear. I truly have one outfit picked out because I know like it'll work out itself. Like, once you get there, you pack some outfits, put it on and go, but don't overwhelm yourself or literally talk yourself out of going, or start getting in that comparison trap that you're going to be the only one that doesn't wear X, Y, and Z or look cute and whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, truly what's most important is that you're like going there for your business. Plus, if you are nervous that you might not have any friends there or whatever it is,
you're never alone in a network marketing company, but I'm glad that she says that you don't have to worry about the outfits, and also don't overspend, because a lot of people pay a lot of money for the outfits for Monations, and we will see in a moment also why. So I'm glad she says that, because yes, just pick something that you have in your drawer, something that you have in your closet. Many people in Monat don't make a lot of money, and to attend those events is extremely pricey. And if you then on top of that also purchase pricey outfits, you are already financially at a loss.
you guys, the first couple, I would say year in my business with Monat, I didn't know anyone in a lot of the situations I was in, because I got to the director rank in like 6 months. And it was during 2020 where the first time like getting together for things, a lot of women knew each other before that point, and then the ones who like earned certain trips or like got to certain places in the business, like we earned like high rank trips, and I would go not knowing a soul, like literally. But some of my biggest friendships that I made in this business was from not knowing, sitting next to somebody, having a conversation. And in doing that, when you meet new people, I feel like a lot of your conversations are a lot of really great ones about business, and you learn from other people instead of just like walking around and hang out. Okay, but also my biggest thing is make it worth it. Like, make it worth it. You are spending time away from your family. You are spending money on outfits and travel, and just to get there to
ticket prices,
to grow your business. Like, that's the point of these conventions. But while you are there, yes, it is supposed to be fun. And yes, like there's so many things, like especially in Vegas, that I'm sure a lot of us want to do, but like, make it worth your time. You know what I mean? I always want to make my money back from whatever I spent to get there before I make it home. And that's just always my mindset going into something like this, is I never want to be indebted to my business. And I think that's how come I've kept it to be able to keep going forward, is because I don't like to be indebted when it comes to like the clothes I spent there or the plane ticket there. Like, can I make my money back before I get home? If you have that mindset, we still have our big site-wide sale happening right now. So I'm going to drop my link for the products that I swear by and use, that are like, literally last night I was shopping and I stocked up on so much stuff. Like, this sale is crazy. I think retail was going to be over 500 and I spent like 160. So if you guys want to, are my customers already, log in, restock, try some skincare if you haven't, all the things. I'm here to answer any questions if you need help with like what to grab. But then all the girls who have not tried Monat yet and want to get in on like one of the craziest discounts. I love our site-wise sales because I can kind of just create certain regimens, like specifics. So this one is the one that I use, that I'm going to link on the next slide, specifically for hair growth. It's great for any kind of damage repair. It's really great for hydration.
And then she posts a bunch of products. It's a sales show. Also the preparation for Monations. And I do appreciate actually the approach that she says, don't overspend, just make it work for you. What I always try to do is I try to make my money back, which will realistically not happen if you spend possibly thousands of dollars to travel within the United States, and you have to book your hotel there, you have all of the expenses, least of all people traveling from Canada, from Europe, from Australia or New Zealand. I doubt that they will be able to make their money back. And what she also nonchalantly mentioned in this pitch is there's currently a sale going on because, of course, conveniently, right before Monations, Monat has products on sale and she spent $160. Those are also business expenses that should be calculated. So while on the one side she says, watch out for your expenses, I always try to make my money back, to my customers and to the people who want to try out Monat, we're currently having a lot of products on sale, so go ahead and test them out. I also spent $160 on the products. Most people don't make a lot of money in Monat, and them attending Monations will put them into more financially severe, difficult situations. That's what I believe. And you might ask, why all of this fuss? Why posts like this? Why all of the expenses that I'm glad she also at least partially mentioned here to attend a conference of Monat every single year. Company says that market partners who attend Monations, they sell more. They will gain more followers on social media. They will recruit more than those who don't attend. And that is why in a company where most people make barely anything, that is a huge deal to say, oh, I need to be at Monations. It could be an actual business driver for me. And I do believe that is true for network marketing companies, not just for Monat, but across network marketing companies. And I can see why it is interesting for market partners to attend Monations. It's content. It's a way to connect with people. You have more to post. You're more excited. People are ecstatic. We will see that at some of the announcements when I show you video footage from Monations. Outside customers don't really care, in my opinion, but the people in Monat, they care. So they will put in more time and more effort, more sleepless nights, and they will make more of an effort trying to sell and trying to recruit. And that is also why I do believe that attending those conferences can be helpful. The network marketing industry is designed for most people to lose money and only for the few top people to make an income. Most market partners will still lose money. While you might be hyped up and you might be able to sell more products and to recruit people, you also have a lot of expenses. And if the market partners have parts of a Las Vegas resort decked out in Monat branding and empty check-in, yes, it looks rather empty here. An oversized hair care oil bottle and very Instagrammable backgrounds in the resort in Las Vegas where the event happened, then that is a good way to produce content, to show how they meet their teams, show the actual convention, the hype, the cheering, the new launches. And if you follow some Monatons on Instagram, you cannot get the song Viva Las Vegas or the Katy Perry song out of your head. And it's a doozy, so don't listen to them with the sound on. I really took me forever to get Viva Las Vegas out of my head. I wanted to stab my eardrums. In Monat Market Partners, you're not as cool as the cast of Hangover, okay? You're simply not. Nobody outside of Monat cares. Trust me. Nobody outside of Monat who doesn't do videos like I do cares. But let's listen to a former senior executive director, a former top-ranked person in Monat who dropped to the executive director rank, so from the highest to the second highest rank. She puts a lot of pressure on her team and on people in Monat and explains why there is such a pressure to attend Monations, why you have to join, why it's actually not an option. And heads up, there will be a lot of mouth noises and lip smacking. She is one of the people who has the tendency to There will be a lot of mouth noises. Sorry about that, but I find it important to listen to what she has to say, why you have to join Monations.
Okay, I look crazy and I'm like ready for bed, but seeing those posts that Liz posted, like there's just so much I want to share. And I'm the queen of always saying, never leave tomorrow for tomorrow what you can do today, and like just get it out there. Done is better than perfect. And it's in my heart now, and maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and I forget. So here we go. If you're already a Monat market partner, if you already have your Monat business, whether you started 2 weeks ago or you've been here for 6 years, you better be at Monations. If you want to take this business serious, if you want anything great to come out of it, Monations is your first step. It is like the one and only big sacrifice that you will ever have to make for this business.
There are so many sacrifices. How can she say this is the one sacrifice you will have to do? So it is not an option. If you want to take this seriously, if you don't want to be a hobbyist, then you need to attend Monations, and this is the one sacrifice. How many more sacrifices do you have to do? It's not. There are so many sacrifices, but let's listen.
The one and only big like investment money-wise that you will ever have to make for this business. But for me, like guys, my first Monations, I was 2.5 months in. I was broke. I had no business going anywhere. It landed on my first son's first birthday. I missed my first baby waking up with him on his first birthday to attend this conference. Fully just like, I didn't know what to expect, but I knew I was committed to my business, and they told me I should go, and I was like, let me give it a fair shot. And thank God that I went, because that's the business that changed it all for me. That's where my vision opened up, my eyes, my dreams. I saw what was possible. I said, bet, these people made this happen. I will be next. Okay, I could have been like, I'm brand new, like I'm not a big rank, I don't have money, I don't have a team. Like, I went with just Liz, but I went. And ever since, okay, if you've been following me for a while, you know I've been big on sharing this because I think it says a lot about my commitment. I've been to Monations every single year, and every single year Monations has landed on Mateo's birthday.
I'm glad she turned the TV down, because that's also a commitment. She regularly misses out on her firstborn's birthday. And this year, she might miss out on back to school as well. Imagine that. For years, she hasn't been there with her son's birthday, although allegedly she's running her own business.
So my son is 7 years old, and I've never woken up with him on his birthday. I've always celebrated him very big when we get back. But this year, because they changed the Monations dates, will be the first year that I wake up with him on his birthday, on his 8th birthday. And I told him that the other day. He's like, no, mommy, you've woken up. And I was like, no, like, it makes me feel so good that he doesn't remember. I'm like, it's either been your dad or my mom. But he doesn't remember, and I've always made up for it. But like, talk about a sacrifice, right? This year, I've had to, there's like 50 people involved for me to be able to go on this trip. It's expensive. It's almost an inconvenience. It's like a little inconvenient because I have 3 kids now, and like I need to arrange childcare and like for Mateo, and it's not just one person doing it. I have his dad involved, my mom involved, my sister involved, like my dad involved, paying people to do certain things, like bringing someone with us to help us with the kids, paying like for the person's dog to be taken care of so they can come with us. Like, it's just a lot. And like, even like the people helping us to a certain extent, like affects other people. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's like, it's a non-negotiable for my business. So this is like, if you're already a Monat market partner, if you're not going to Monations, reconsider it. You have a week to book your flight. But I just feel like that just says so much about how serious you take your business and where you want to go with it. Like, no excuse, I feel like, is good enough to me.
So a week, this is what she posted a week before Monations. She was on her social media and said, if you're broke, If you have a lot of children, it's a huge inconvenience, but you have to be at Monations. I was told that it was important to join Monations. I did 2.5 months into my business, which is totally not my business, but you have to if you want to take it seriously. Here's the thing. Monat, at least for a certain period of time, worked out for her. She was able to hit the highest rank. Now she's at the second highest rank, and she probably still makes a certain amount of money. She makes a profit for sure, and that is something that most people in Monat don't do. Most people who join Monat are at the lowest ranks, and they make barely anything. They don't even make a profit. So to pitch this to others, because I did it years ago and it paid off for me, that's why you need to do it. That's what I was taught and now I'm teaching you, is highly, highly irresponsible, but it's a non-negotiable. And most people who are in Monat probably don't want to have their uplines tell them, well, if you don't take this seriously, do you take this seriously? Don't you want to be successful? Then you need to join, even though it might be inconvenient, even though you might spend a lot of money that you don't get back. That is so sad. And she missed out on her son's birthday for 6 freaking years. She speaks a lot about the sacrifices she made, and also her firstborn son. I have a feeling, unfortunately, he gets the short end of the stick. When he was a baby, she said she just placed him in front of the TV for hours because she had to do Monat. He doesn't remember he is fine. So she missed out on the first 2 years of bonding with her son because she was doing Monations. And then on top of that, she missed out on his birthdays. And this time, thanks to Monat, for the first time moving, they're doing that earlier now, end of August, she was able to wake up with him on his birthday. From a business owner, now people should at least wake up and say, okay, in that case, maybe I'm not running my own business. When do the sacrifices stop? Not even at the top of Monat, not even when you're at one of the top ranks.
Okay, so get yourself there, make it happen. It's not meant to be easy. I've gone to Monations where I've had to skip the late parties or the dinners. I've gone like with Banks. He was 8 weeks old, and I traveled from Miami to California, and he was 8 weeks old. So I've gone with a newborn. I've gone pregnant. Last year I went pregnant with I don't know how old Banks was last year. A little bit over a year, maybe. I've missed, son's birthdays. I've gone through Monation. Like, I've done it all. And I'm not the only one. Like, people that take this serious have gone and have made everything, you just make it happen. And if you're new, just trust me. Just go. Even if you don't have a team, even if you don't have anyone, like, it's a business trip. Make it a business trip, a business expense. Put yourself out there. If you want this business to work, you need to be there, but also you need to.
That is such bad advice. If you don't make a profit, and if this, depending on where you live, check with your tax person if this is really a business expense. Because if you're not even able to make a profit, very likely it will not be a business expense. In different countries, probably also in different states of the United States, that could be considered differently. For some people, for most people, it might be a business expense, but you still have to shoulder the business expense, even if you're eligible for the tax refund. So don't take somebody's advice like this. That is super, super dangerous, and people will be in debt even faster in Monat because of people like this. She learned that when she joined Monat, and now she's teaching her team as well. If you take this seriously, then you have to join. Otherwise, you don't take it seriously. She's not saying it, but she's clearly implying it. And that is why there's this pressure also from the uplines, from the team leads to join Monat. No excuses.
But also it's what do you do with the information that you gain from Monations, okay? And this is really, I'm like targeting like the people that are already in the business. But again, it was a message in my heart. Like, I could have just done a team call for this, but you could apply it to other things. What do you do with, like, just going to Monations is not enough. What are you applying? What are you changing? Who are you meeting? What questions are you asking? Like, don't just go and then like stay in the same place and then come next year. Like, let it change your life, right? Let it be worth it. And then if you're not in my business, stay tuned, because this is like Christmas for us. It is the biggest, our only convention, but our biggest event of the year, where we just have the craziest announcements, right? Whether you're a customer, a potential customer, you're interested in getting started, like there's just gonna be craziness, right? New products, new launches, new countries where you could work the business, where you could expand your business to. So imagine being able to run like a global multi-million-dollar business from your phone, in PJs, from your bed. Like, what other millionaire business can like be ran like this? Because I look ridiculous right now. Okay,
You look fine, but the pitches are ridiculous. You will be a salesperson for a network marketing company that has expanded, I'm going to spoil it, into 6 new countries. I will give you my thoughts on why. You're not running your own global business. You're a salesperson for a company that has expanded into more territories. I believe a company that has to expand into even more countries at the moment. You're not owning your own business.
so stay tuned, because a lot of exciting things will be announced, and maybe that's the one thing you're waiting for to get started, to launch. But just know it's a company that is very innovative. We are trendsetters in our
No,
in
you're
our
not.
industry. We are always like leading the pack. Everything they do right, they do sexy, they do better. And it's almost crazy that they could keep giving us more, and it could keep getting better because we have it so freaking good. But yeah, I mean, I look so rough. I keep saying that because I've gone through it. But now, a week away, and we're officially in Monations prep. We have people that literally have their outfits planned out like a month prior, and then you have me that I'm even like speaking on stage one day and I don't know what I'm wearing. I have no outfits for any of the dates, any of the events. And my priority was like organizing getting there and who's gonna help me with my kids and logistics behind the scenes. And just like getting the team ready. Like I've just been training and launching new girls, but I'm starting to prep. Today I got a facial done. I'm gonna see if I can go back to her for like a little something else before. I'm gonna get my nails done. I'm gonna get my eyebrows done. I'm booking my hair and makeup. For while we're over there, and start the prepping. You know, I have like 2 friends in Vegas that I love seeing every time I go. So texting them to schedule like some quick little lunch meetups, you know, before I get busy with business stuff. I want to sneak in a dinner, just Eric and I. So let's see. I'm starting the planning tomorrow. I'm going to start the shopping. I'm going to I have to go to the mall, see what I find. There's a lot of like themed things, so I'm like behind, but it's okay. I work well under pressure. I'm gonna make every day count, and we got this. But yeah, I'm gonna share about like our Monations throughout the years, because Liz inspired me with her story, just sharing the journey, how far we've come, and there's so much more where that came from.
And that is why there's this pressure in Monat to attend Monations, even though you might not be able to afford it. Now, Monations happened over the course of 4 days. It's actually still ongoing. Today is Sunday, the 14th? My eyesight is getting worse and worse. The 24th, wow. We're getting paid soon. That's good. Why am I thinking it's the 14th? I'm delusional. It's a Sunday. I typically don't film on Sundays. It is almost noon now, and Monations, but it's the last Sunday. People are gathering for prayers or worship, very likely, which is not a thing you should do in a network marketing company, in my opinion, because you exclude a lot of people. And then today is the way to say farewell, team members say goodbye, and people are traveling back home. So I will not be covering this day, but I've collected all of the information of the first 3 days. If something substantial happens on this day 4, I will of course also include it, but typically that won't happen. What are the most important and most interesting topics? I will limit the video to these ones and not walk us through each and every single day. Number 1, yes, new territory launches were announced, as is to be expected. It is not relevant to me, to be honest with you, where Monat launched next or will launch next, but the circumstances and the setting, I think, is more important for me. The Huns, the boss babes, the CEOs of their small businesses were only aware before that there would be multiple new launches. We've seen posts like this. She also mentioned this. There will be new launches. Some said there would be 4 new territories. So much to running your own businesses. Yet again, when you learn at a convention where you can expand your business to, it's not in your control, but okay. The first post from Monat's MP Instagram was where they posted scenes from the announcement. During their Impulso Latino event, they announced 4 new launches in LATAM, Mexico, the Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, and Panama. Please take a close look at Monat's post. I will show you it full screen so that you can see it better, and we'll also play it multiple times so that you can see it better. Yet again, Impulso Latino is Monat's Hispanic market session. It was the first time they did that. It was a small gathering the day before the 2 main events, before the general sessions. The following 2 days, this was a smaller conference room, or sometimes it even looks like it's just in a corner of the resort where they're at. You can see that in the footage, the bright outfits, the extras, the dancing and cheering, the smiling into the cameras. They cannot cover the lack of attendance and small venue, the small setting of this announcement with 4 new territories, mind you. Monat has never done that before. That really surprised me. The market partners themselves, of course, they also posted about this naturally because this was a work event, one the market partners paid for, but it is essential to post about the event and the new territory announcements since the Monat market has expanded to 4 new territories now, and that has to be communicated to the audience, potential new customers, and to market partners right away. We also have the excitement from the distributors during the announcement. Let's take a look at the performative character of this. The distributor, in this case, that is filming herself, she's regularly checking if she's still in frame, if she's still in focus. And then we have this uber excitement. I do not doubt that the market partners are also actually freaking out and that they're truly excited. This is presented to them as a life-changing opportunity to sell shampoo now in other countries. Let's remember though that this is Monat's sales force. Imagine this kind of a reaction at a professional sales event, and the sales force is in tears because they can sell in new markets now. My company also heavily expanded over the past 4 years with our service, media services, available in multiple new territories across the globe. And there were no tears there. Even the salespeople didn't cry. I didn't cry. You might be surprised, but no, nobody cried there. And why? Because my job is not a cult, but this is a cult.
Guys, I am sweaty. I've been crying. I have no voice. I have no words. I feel like I need to process everything that is happening because it is so big. And maybe from the outside, you're like, what's the big deal? But when you know your life is going to change, when you know the lives of so many women that you love so much are going to change, when you know even people you've never met, their lives are going to change. And because I've lived it and I understand it and I know what it can do for so many people, it's that much bigger. It's that much bigger. We have just launched Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, and Dominican Republic. I should be talking in Spanish, but I don't think I can. My brain doesn't even work right now in Spanish.
Once again, this is not a normal reaction from a professional salesperson in a professional sales company, but reactions like this are so important to speak out instantly about the new launches right away, create the hype, create expectations about this so life-changing opportunity that the all-knowing market partners are aware of, and they will teach now poor suckers in LATAM as well. I'm sad for LATAM that they have this shit show coming their way. I do hope that Monat is not successful there, as I believe they're not in Germany and Belgium either. And we will see why. To me, Monat outs itself with these upcoming launches as extremely desperate. Now, I do not know about the date of the launches. I have seen people saying maybe October, but there is no further information, at least not at the moment, that I can tell you when those launches are planned. But I can tell you that Monat launched in March 25 in Belgium and in Germany. And now just 6 months later, that is already old news, and they have doubled the amount of markets and the amount of launches they did the last time. Not giving the old, new markets the time to shine within the company, and also the focus of Monat and also of the distributors to focus on those new territories. They're not doing that anymore. All of this will repeat itself. The fake hype, the excitement, the life-changing opportunity. Before, Monat always launched one territory and announced that at Monations, with the exception of last year, where they announced that they would launch in 2 territories, that was Belgium and Germany. But I guess a drowning network marketing company doesn't have that luxury anymore. That's why they now had to double the announcement at that Impulso Latino event. The launch spiral has to move faster and faster with more territories, and I believe that Germany and Belgium was not that successful because not a lot of people were recruited into the company, I believe, in 2024. I do not have any numbers from 2025, but I can tell you that in Germany, nobody has waited for Monat. There's a lot of hype, there's a lot of excitement, but not a lot of substance, and a lot of people from Germany are not in the middle or upper ranks. So I do not think that those launches were successful. The day after the announcement of these 4 new launches at the small venue, Monat, during now its general session, on the first day of its full general session, announced 2 more launches in Europe, in Austria, and in Italy. So a total of 6 new territories to sell and recruit to. Austria is also a German-speaking country. I think the launch in Germany kind of laid the groundwork there language-wise. But Italy, just a heads up, be prepared for clunky AI translations, lots of uncommon phrases and speech patterns, and lots of grammatical and spelling mistakes on the website, in Monat's official documentation, because they really butchered that in Germany. What I learned this year from Monat is that they're really, really lazy. With their launch in Germany, they don't put a lot of work into the territories that are not predominantly English speaking. And Italy, you or the next, you will be prepared. I think Austria will be able to benefit from the prep that had to be done in Germany. Be prepared that you might not even understand what Monat wants to tell you. 6 new launches. Monat, in my opinion, is drowning because they do have to launch in more and more territories because the market partners in their own country, in the United States, are running away. And we don't hear a lot of success stories from Canadian hunts, from UK hunts. Australia doesn't seem to be doing that well. It looks they have 2 directors at the moment in Australia. I haven't heard anything about New Zealand. There's silence from a lot of European countries, and that is why they had to launch in a lot more countries now. Otherwise, they would be drowning even faster. But this is an effort trying to replenish the market partners they have left by opening up new countries. The second topic I want to discuss are the new product launches. You might think, who cares? I think it's the same thing. Nobody outside of Monat cares, so we will get through the section rather quickly. Monat comes out with more products that, in my opinion, first and foremost excite the market partners themselves, not external customers. They have a new skincare line with multiple products, Skincare Defense, the Barrier Booster. Once again, who cares? I know. They also have a new hair care line, the Monat Bond IQ repair line. I mean, how much more repair hair care lines does Monat have to come out with? I thought they already have the best care for damaged hair, and they have the best hair care in general, so that their own market partners and their customers shouldn't have damaged hair anymore. And then I'm shitting you not, because Monat cannot possibly come out with another hair care or hair growth serum. Scalp health, it starts at the roots. Do you remember those pictures from the market partners? In my opinion, without even losing credibility with their own brainwashed market partners, they now have a hair supplement that has to be taken internally. It's a capsule. Yes, it is the IR hair supplement, part of their IR clinical line. Ugh. Monat is really squeezing the last bit of money out of their own market partners. Wait for those posts. Hair beauty starts on the inside. Wait for it. Who cares? I know. And then Monat also comes out with a stylist program that simply means bigger, overpriced shampoo, conditioner, and hair care bottles that can be used in salons. More expenses, in my opinion, for their own market partners, specifically for those running a salon. I do not believe that Monat has a lot of actual retail customers running their own hair care brands, running their own hair care salons. Those who are not market partners, in my opinion, will not be interested in these products. And once again, who cares? I know. The market partners care. And I say who cares? And I mean that because I will show you a highlight reel posted by one of Monat's top income earners and her hair over the years. Now, she made this footage to show her success over the years in the company. I included to show her hair over the years. In all of these years, this market partner was in Monat and allegedly had access to the best hair care in the world. She is a salesperson for shampoo, and her hair, in my opinion, does not look good. Despite professional hair care and salon visits, specifically around the Monat conferences, her hair is thin, it looks flat, sometimes even greasy, stringy, then again weirdly dry, and ratty. At those important events, mind you, where you know you will be filmed, where you know you will post a lot of content to social media, why does her hair look like this? I have to blur out her children when they're there, and I also have to cut out the parts that are not relevant for this one, but you can see her hair over the years. And why am I including this here? Because Monat is not about the hair care products. It is about the business opportunity, and the products are a sideshow, and they're mostly relevant for the very own market partners themselves. I mean, heck, she and her husband wear hats in half of these posts. It is obviously not about selling shampoo, it's about recruitment into the network marketing company Monat is. That is the basis of the Monat business, and on top of that, it's also a really bad business opportunity when 98.41% of Monat's market partners are at the lowest 4 ranks, and they do not even make $4,000 annually, when most people after taxes and expenses will lose money. Expenses like purchasing tickets to this convention, the flights, the accommodation, food, drinks, events with their team members, outfits, and on the pricey products that allegedly are so good. Krista herself has admitted, that was the market partner I showed you in that reel, that she was even able in a business call, in a team call, in an opportunity call, that she was able to recruit people, and even when her hair was at its worst, when she fried the living heck out of her hair. So tell me again, it is about the amazing product and the amazing product launches? It is obviously not. People who are excited are the market partners, not external retail customers. I showed you the income disclosure statement a couple of times already during this video to show that Monat is really a bad business opportunity. And that is also why at Monations, typically a huge chunk of the event is about recognition, celebrating the few success stories, very performative celebrations, in my opinion, of those really rare success stories. And we saw that here as well. We had the men of Monat speak. I'm not even going to show you. It's boring. It's not interesting. We had a lot of very performative speakers, of course. I'm not going to show them as well because I really don't care. I don't care about those brainwashing sessions, but I will show you the market partners that walked the stage, the market partners that are still in the motor club. They were allowed to walk the stage. It's a part of recognition, and also to show those few success stories to the attendees at that conference. And also market partners walked the stage that were being inducted into the MDC clubs. The 1 MDC, the 5 MDC, the 10, the 15, and the 20 MDC. In this picture, for example, not all the people on stage are MDC club members. Those are the people who made at least $1 million in commission over their lifetime in Monat. We also have corporate staff here on this stage. Let's listen to a member of the MDC, the $1 Million Club, why they even have that recognition.
Good morning. Today is team day and my team is wearing black. So this is the fit of the day. It's like a little vest, and these are actually shorts. I just put them over so it can look like a little jumper. I had to wear a little bra under because this is too much for my boobs. And then the one and only MDC jacket. So today we're gonna be recognizing all the new millionaires of the year. Some of them earning their first million, some of them 10, some of them getting to the $15 million club. So once you get into the $1 million club, you get this jacket, and then you get a pin for every milestone, every 5 after that. So there's MDC, then there's 5 MDC, then there's 10 MDC, then there's 15 MDC, and then there's 20 MDC. And so you're recognizing all those people today. And so everybody from the $1 million club goes up, welcomes them into the club. It's just such an amazing moment. And so that's taking place today. And so this is the look of the day.
And this is what the recognition looks like when you can actually walk the stage. I mean, the stage is not that full, right? Yes, it's really not, because not that many people get inducted or get newly inducted into the MDC. And that is why Monat not only has those people on stage, they at this event also introduced the 500k club. Those are the people who made 500k in commissions over their time in Monat. And because this is so few people as well, also those who are close to making 500k are now also allowed on stage. You will see people with gigantic Monat commission checks in the next footage. That is how much money they made. And because that is still not a lot of people, also the 100k club members had to be dragged on stage. Those are all the people that are allegedly success stories. All the people making 100k, 500k, up to 2 million in commission over their time in Monat. And it's a small venue, it's a small stage. Now Monat doesn't have a lot to offer anymore. There wasn't a lot of people on stage. Those were their success stories. And because Monat was doing so badly, part of the program was also to say that TikTok shop was really taking off and why it is important for the Huns to be on TikTok and to sell the products there. And Monat presented us their numbers 2024, plus 25% in growth, more than 11,000 new market partners. How many have left the company? 11,000 with all of the territories that are live now. Now, let's remind ourselves, in 24, Belgium and Germany were not live yet. So those numbers are not included, and also not the new territory announcements. Only 11,000 new market partners. How many have left? If Monat was doing that well in 2024, in their income disclosure statement from 2024, they would list the total number of people they still have in the United States, and they didn't do that. More than 24,000 new VIPs and more than 2,000 rank advancements. They also created an additional rank, now second lowest rank, where you only need to recruit one person. Maybe that also hyped up the numbers because they started to include that rank also in 2024. And then a German Hun, of course, had to give her 2 cents. Europe is on fire with massive growth and 18 new founders. 18 people who were able, probably within Germany and within Belgium, to hit the car rank, that is the MM rank. So according to this person, Europe is on fire. I mean, Europe is on fire as well, because our economies are also not doing well. The world, in my opinion, economically and ecologically speaking, is currently on fire, but I don't know if that's what she means. 18 new founders. Let's see how long those people are able to actually keep those ranks. Then there were other announcements that are honestly, in my opinion, non-announcements, but I will just show it to you anyways. Monat does not have much to offer, and that is why we have this news as well. So Monat will come out with a Monat AI in September. You will be able to pay Monat with Monat Apple Pay as well. In Q4, they added Klarna not too long ago, and now you can also pay with Apple Pay. And then there are shareable shopping carts for VIP customers. Those are Monat's big announcements. Yes. Let's get into the fourth and last point I want to discuss, and that is the decline. Because I think it is quite obvious that Monat is not doing well, and I will show you full picture what Monations looked like years ago. A lot of the market partners posted this in anticipation of the 2025 conference, and in my opinion just outed Monat's decline by doing so. Years ago, Monat filled arenas, at least the ground areas, and they had very impressive looking stages. Those times are over. Last year was especially pitiful when I reacted to their 10-year anniversary. No arenas, small rooms, hardly anybody attended, lots of empty spaces. Gatherings are getting smaller and smaller, and there's obviously less and less attendance. This year, it looks like to me there were probably a couple of more people attending that were last year, because last year was absolutely pitiful. It was a small venue and hardly anybody attended. I don't know if it had to do with the timing. So in this year, at least to me, it looks like more people attended. I will link the Monations playlist up here so you can take a look yourself what 2024 really looked like. This year, it looks to me that a couple of more people were actually able to attend, but Monations is, in my opinion, still declining. No arenas, smaller rooms, smaller gatherings, obviously less attendance than the years before. And this, for example, once again, was the room and the attendees at the Impulso Latino event where Monat announced their 4 LATAM launches. And then I will show you video footages from the 2 main days, from the 2 general sessions where everybody should have attended. This is slowed down, the footage from the first general sessions from one of the days, one of the main events, and this was taken on stage. Look at the venue, look at the size of the room. There are empty seats, likely also because some of those seat holders were on stage, but this is light years away from an arena and an arena attendance. And this is footage from the second day, general attendance, so that you can get an idea of the size of the room and of the stage. And in my opinion, not even all of the lights, the show, the inspirational speeches, and crouching the attendance together so that the crowd looks bigger on camera can fool the viewer. This is another video footage from Monat's, I believe, inspirational highlight reel. It shows yet again the low attendance and what is actually going on behind the scenes. They cannot mask that anymore. In my opinion, Monat is still in decline, and that is my belief after these pictures and after these videos, this event with Monat, where they desperately launched 6 new countries because they cannot replenish the market partners that left in the already existing territories. In 2024, Monat only gained more than 11,000 new market partners. How many left in 2024? That would be really interesting to see. I suspect a lot more, since Monat does not show the total numbers of market partners in their income disclosure statements anymore, and I do believe that they're doing that for a good reason. In my opinion, all of the signs sign towards Monat still being in decline. This year, it looks like more people attended than last year. It was still a small gathering. It was people traveling from all over the world. This is a global event where everybody can attend, not just the people in the United States. People from Canada, people from Europe, people from Australia and New Zealand had the chance to fly to this event. And a lot of people who travel from afar combine that with a vacation as well. Some of the German Huns were really excited. They were going to Vegas in August, which is my personal nightmare because of the heat and being in the middle of the desert in August of all months. But they combined that with a vacation. Nonetheless, that is the level of attendance we have seen at their shampoo Super Bowl, which is supposed to be the biggest bash and the biggest event. This was the recap of Monations 2025 in Las Vegas. I would like to hear your opinion about this. Do you have a different opinion, or do you see it like me, that Monat is still in decline and those 6 territory launches are actually out of desperation? Or maybe you have a different opinion about that, then let me know as well. If you liked this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to the channel, then please do that. That way you will not miss out on further uploads. And if you liked this video, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, tschüss! Wer winkt so? Ah, ich bin so schwach. Tschüss. Tschüss. Well, that's even worse. Tschüss. I will just stop waving. Tschüss.